What up, gamers? Welcome back to Gamers Bay, and today we're going to talk about Terrordrome, in which it appears there's a new sequel in the works called Terrordrome Reign of Legends. For those who aren't aware, Terrordrome was a 2D indie fighting game that featured characters from a number of classic horror films from the 1970s, 80s, and 90s. The original game used 3D models of the characters it portrayed, which were then implemented in a 2D fighting environment. The original game featured everything from Jason Voorhees to Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, and even Ghostface from Scream, among many others. With the new version, it appears that the developers have decided to ditch the licensed characters after citing all the headaches they had with copyright issues from Warner and others. Instead, the new game will feature characters based on classic horror literature and those rooted in cultural myth. The developers also have hinted at characters like Bigfoot, a Slender Man-like character, Dracula, Frankenstein, and even the mythological Latin character La Lorna, also known as the Crying Woman, and others being among strong possibilities in the upcoming Reign of Legends version. They've also called upon their fans to help share some ideas for potential characters to be included in the upcoming game. But the developers have also made it very clear there will be no licensed characters in the new game, and there won't be any exceptions to this. So it looks like there's also going to be a Kickstarter that's going to coincide with this game that's currently under development now. It's actually been pushed back, and here's the deal. The Kickstarter for the upcoming Reign of Legends was supposed to launch this year, but has instead been pushed back until March of 2018 to help give them time to work on the game's initial development, in which they've noted that several characters are already playable in the game, but they aren't sharing any of the current development work until things progress further. So here's my thought about this game and what we can expect. After playing the original Terrordrome, my first thought was, wow, what an awesome concept. The graphics are amazing, and the 3D depictions of characters in a 2D environment were really compelling. But the game was also seriously flawed, and it didn't take me long to figure out that the developers clearly didn't think things through when they took on this project initially. For one, they not only made use of licensed characters in the game, they also used tons of licensed music from the original movies. And let's just face it, they had to know that this was going to be a recipe for disaster. We previously covered several characters from the game in videos we published on YouTube, and just with a single video, the one covering Chucky from Child's Play, got hit with 5 content ID claims for a single video. Another video that we produced for another character was blocked worldwide until we edited out the music itself. Citing all the headaches and drama we had with this game personally, we decided to set it aside and work on covering other games instead. One would have to wonder, why didn't we just shut off the music? Well, the answer is quite simple, really. There was no option to turn it off. Muting the music meant muting all of the sound effects in the gameplay, and even those of the characters themselves. It's too bad, too, because we really wanted to do playthroughs covering all the characters in the game. After all, who doesn't want to play as Chucky, Michael Myers, or Freddy Krueger in a video game? But citing the possibilities of getting copyright strikes, it simply wasn't worth the risk. But it's safe to say the developers have noted their mistakes, and it's obvious from playing the first version, it was really just a test run to dive deeper into their own creative genius and see what they could come up with. It was also a lesson for us that we need to be more careful about covering licensed content in our videos, and today we have a better understanding about what falls under fair use, what does not, as well as Google's rules regarding the use of copywritten content within the YouTube platform. So besides the issues with licensed characters and music in the game, there were other problems as well, including the fact that The game was practically unplayable. The controls were incredibly unresponsive, but it appears they spent so much time working on the artwork and depiction of the characters themselves, it looks like playability took a back seat as a result of just focusing on the characters. What I hope for now is a whole new Terrordrome that not only features graphically compelling characters, but is a fighting game worth playing, and that has real responsive controls and will be something that can be extended upon over time. So yeah, it's been a rough ride for the developers of Terrordrome over the years, but they haven't given up, and I'm going to keep my fingers crossed and hope that they can prevail with their future project. Despite the quirkiness of the original game, I have to admit it was incredibly fun to play, and despite any shortfalls, I give them credit for the work that they put into the game itself. For now, it looks like we're going to be waiting a while before we see the next installment in the series, as it appears the Kickstarter is scheduled for March of next year, give or take the possibility of more delays. You know how development processes go. They can take time, and delays do happen. There's also been some interesting recommendations for new characters in the game from some of the fans, including mummies, the Grim Reaper, zombies, werewolves, and what I'd like to see myself, the Headless Horseman. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Somebody actually mentioned that on their Facebook page. For those who are interested, the original Terrordrome game is still freely available from the developers on their website. For the latest updates on the upcoming game and to see how it's progressing, check out the developers' Facebook page and their blog. We will also be including links to these entities below in the description. Many thanks for watching, and if you get a chance, like and subscribe to stay up to date with our latest videos. Do check out Gamers Bay Community on Google+. There'll be a link below in the description to that as well, and possibly follow Gamers Bay's official brand page on Google+ as well. Many thanks for watching, and take care.